Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, November 2nd, and this is part 2 of a 2-part series that I'm doing with the specific unprotected left turn on the St Anthony Pkwy here in Northeast Minneapolis. I've been testing this specific intersection with each of the FSD Beta builds so far. It's been really challenging for it because there's some oncoming traffic. It's kind of a confusing intersection because there's another cross street that we're kind of going across before we get to the intersection. I did some testing this morning. There wasn't a lot of traffic, so I want to redo it. We're kind of in the middle of rush hour right now, so there's definitely going to be some oncoming traffic that we're going to have to deal with. So I feel like this will be a better example of kind of where things are at in terms of performance with this intersection with 69.3. So I'm going to do 3 attempts like I did in this morning's video, and then we'll kind of summarize the results afterwards. Looks like we're going to get a gap in the traffic ahead, so I'm going to let it make the turn here. So again, we're starting the turn a little bit too soon, I think. But otherwise, great job there. No issues. Again, we didn't have oncoming traffic to really deal with there, so a little bit easier scenario for FSD Beta. So so far, we're 1 for 3. So I'll see you back here in a sec for round 2. Alright, so this is round 2 of the unprotected left turn test here on the St Anthony Pkwy, and we are on Johnson Street right now. So it looks like we have plenty of oncoming traffic to deal with this time. Let's say we're probably carrying a little too much speed knowing we're making this turn here. So a little jerky. And now we're in an interesting spot here. There's a car. Yeah, so now we're kind of in a bad spot. So I'm going to probably hit the brake here. I'm covering my foot here, but as you can see, we're positioned pretty poorly here. If I'm an oncoming car and I see a car positioned at a 45-degree angle at me, I'm going to be a tad bit nervous. I'm a bit interested in why it thinks it needs to position itself this way. I mean, we do have a wide-angle lens that we have, and we are forward-facing, so I'm not certain why we need to do it this way. But we did yield to the traffic, but now we're in the intersection, so now I have to hit the accelerator to tell it to go. So, again, I really don't consider that a successful test there. The car's positioning kind of goes wrong from the start. And then, obviously, from there, we're just not instilling confidence with those around us. If I was driving, I obviously wouldn't be positioning the car that way. So, I will say from a safety perspective, though, we did yield. The car didn't try to go when cars are really close by, so it ultimately did the right thing, but the way that it did it, I just don't agree with. So I'm gonna consider that one a fail. We'll try it again, but it looks like there's some posture behavior changes that still need to be made that aren't quite there yet. So I'm going back here, and we'll see you in a sec for round 3. Alright, this is attempt number 3 of the unprotected left turn test here onto St Anthony Pkwy. Alright, we got kind of saved by the fact that the car is just going right for the curb there. I was going to say we were saved by the fact there was a turning car ahead, but ultimately we still made the wrong move. So I'm going to go back and just do that one more time. I still want a better test of that, but as you can see there, the line selection, it seems to be a behavioral change that I've picked up on here, where we, at the last second, aim for that curb on the outside of the turn there. I did not see that in previous builds as much as I've seen in this, so that seems to be new behavior. So anyways, we're going to go back for a 4th attempt and see how it does. Alright, this is the 4th and final test of the unprotected left turn onto St Anthony Pkwy. Got a good line of cars ahead of us here that we're going to have to deal with, so let's see how it does. Looks like we also have a pedestrian here to our left, so I think we're unnecessarily accelerating here again. Let's see what it does. Yeah, it's really rough around the edges there. So we have a car turning up ahead here. Let's see what it's doing. Some erratic wheel movements. And I just disengaged there. So I'm going to give it a little bit of throttle. And then as you see there, it did complete a poor turn there where even though I gave it a little bit of throttle input, the car still tried to enter the oncoming lane. So, you know, not a really good result there. But again, I'm just trying to give you a fair take of where things are at with 10.69.3 so far. So all in all, we had a couple, you know, examples there where it did complete the turn. One time though, obviously it needed some help with throttle. Another time it needed an intervention essentially, or disengagement, because it was aimed for the curb there. So you can definitely see that there's some new things that they're trying behind the scenes that just definitely need some more refinement. So, you know, overall though, the positive takeaway I have from this is there is some improvements when it comes to latency and decision making that I know were called out in the release notes. I mean, those are evident. I can see it reacting quicker. You can definitely see things from further away from my, you know, experience here so far today. But again, there's a lot of room for improvement. So be looking forward to retesting this with the subsequent minor releases of 69.3. So we'll kind of see and check back in on how those shake out here once they come out. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.